Good afternoon, students of class 9. Already in previous video, we have started hydrogen. Now today, we are going to start occurrence of hydrogen. Hydrogen occurs in free state, in sun, as well as inside stars in more quantity. In volcanic gases also, the hydrogen occurs, but in traces. And in combined state, the hydrogen occurs in water, in carbohydrate in the form of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and petroleum products in the form of compound state, that is combined state. Hydrogen occurs inside water, in the form of water, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and petroleum products. Now, next heading is preparation of hydrogen. How can we prepare hydrogen? First, from cold water and metals. From cold water and metals. First heading is from cold water and metals. Highly reactive metals. For example, potassium, sodium, calcium. Potassium, sodium, calcium. They react with what? Cold water, forming their respective hydroxides along with the production of hydrogen gas. So you react. Here you see potassium, sodium and calcium, which are highly reactive metals. They react with the water to form their respective hydroxides along with the production of hydrogen gas. Here in this relation, I want to say that potassium and sodium are lighter than water. So when they are put in water for reaction, they remain on the surface of water where they react. But calcium is heavier than water. When it is put in water, it will sink and will start to react. Now, due to being highly reactive in nature, potassium and sodium react with atmospheric moisture, giving rise to their hydroxides. So to prevent this reaction with atmospheric moisture, these two, potassium and sodium, are always kept in kerosene oil. Next is action of hot water. Magnesium reacts with boiled water. Magnesium reacts with boiled water to form its hydroxide along with the production of hydrogen gas. You see here. Magnesium reacts with the hot water, that is, you can say boiled water, to form its hydroxide along with the production of hydrogen gas. This magnesium also reacts with the steam. Magnesium also reacts with the steam to form its oxide. Here you see this one is in boiled condition, that is hot water. Here this one is in steam. When magnesium is brought in contact with steam, then it forms its oxide, magnesium oxide, and hydrogen gas is produced. So you have seen magnesium reacts with hot water, giving rise to alkali, giving rise to its hydroxide along with the production of hydrogen, as well as magnesium also reacts with steam, giving rise to its magnesium oxide along with the production of hydrogen gas. Now next heading is action of steam on metals. Action of steam on metals. Aluminium react with steam to form its oxide, and its oxide that is Al2O3. When aluminium reacts with steam, it will form its oxide known as Al2O3. Now, you see this aluminium react with steam to form its its oxide and Al2O3 along with the production of hydrogen. This aluminium oxide which is produced forms coating. Suppose this one is steam. Aluminium is brought into steam. Aluminium is brought in contact. This one is the aluminium which had been used in reaction. When aluminium oxide is produced, then this aluminium oxide will form a coating around the aluminium, and due to this formation of coating, the steam cannot come in contact with aluminium and reaction is stopped. But at high temperature, this aluminium oxide is broken down and further reaction is started. Now next, zinc react with steam. Zinc react with steam to give rise zinc oxide along with the production of hydrogen gas. Aluminium reacts with steam to give rise to form aluminium oxide along with the production of hydrogen. Zinc reacts with the steam to form zinc oxide along with the production of hydrogen gas. When this zinc oxide is in hot condition, then it remains yellowish, but when it is cooled, it becomes white. It means in heated condition, this zinc oxide will be yellowish, but in cold condition, it will become whitish in color. Next, iron. When iron is reacted with water, that is the steam, then it forms a triferric tetroxide, Fe3O4. This one is 3, 4, and you see 4 H2. Listen, when my iron reacts with steam, then it forms triferric tetroxide plus hydrogen gas. This reaction is reversible. If the produced hydrogen is not removed at once, then this triferric tetroxide is reduced into its iron form. That is, a backward reaction will take place. Now, next heading is chemical equilibrium. In any reaction, the forward in starting condition, in any chemical reaction, the speed of forward reaction remains higher, and due to this forward reaction, the concentration of reactants will gradually decrease and the concentration of products will gradually increase. There will come a stage when the concentration of reactant will become very low. In that condition, the backward reaction will start and its speed will be more than forward reaction. And due to this backward reaction, again the concentration of products will start to decrease, or concentration of reactants will start to increase, and ultimately there will come a stage when forward reaction and backward reaction both are equalized, and at that time the concentration of reactants and concentration of products both will remain same. Such condition in which the speed of forward reaction and backward reaction remains same, concentration of reactant and products will remain same, that condition is known as chemical equilibrium. That is known as chemical equilibrium. Now next, action of steam on non-metals. Up till now, we were studying about the reaction of water either in the form of cold water or hot water or steam with metals. Now we are going to start action of steam on non-metals when steam is passed over red hot coke. Over red hot coke, when steam is passed, then it gives rise to a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. And this mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as water gas. So directly we can say when steam is passed over red hot coke, then water gas is